Society calls it shyness, weakness, being disconnected from the world. But science calls it something entirely different. Sensitivity to sensory processing. What if I told you that you are not less capable than others, but that your brain simply processes reality in high definition? While most people see a room full of people, you feel the tension in the air. While others listen to music, you perceive the sadness in the singer's voice. While someone misses a conversation, you pick up on what wasn't said. It's not paranoia. It's not an exaggeration. It's how your nervous system was built. Studies on sensory processing theory show that about 20% of the population has a more reactive nervous system. This means that your brain doesn't filter stimuli the way most people do. It absorbs everything. Sounds, lights, emotions, intentions. It's like having an external hard drive running in the background all the time. And that's not a defect. It's design. The world outside is chaotic. Horns, shouts, flashing lights, overlapping conversations, mixed smells, people invading your space without asking permission. It's a constant sensory overload. And your brain, it's trying to process all of this at once. That's why you get tired faster. That's why you need silence. That's why you choose to stay home instead of going to that crowded party. It's not a lack of desire. It's self-preservation. While the external chaos drains you, inner calm recharges you. A controlled, predictable, safe environment. That's where you find clarity. That's where you become yourself again. And here is the fact that almost no one talks about. Highly sensitive people tend to be more creative, more empathetic, and better at solving complex problems. A study published in the Journal of Personality showed that highly sensitive individuals processed information more deeply. They connect the dots that others don't even see. They anticipate problems before they happen. They perceive invisible patterns. While everyone else is chasing external stimuli, you are building a rich internal universe. And that, my friend, is power. But social media culture doesn't show you that. It sells you the idea that happiness is about always being busy, always going out, always surrounded by people. That if you're not at every party, you're missing out on life. That's a lie. True happiness can be found in a hot coffee in the morning, in a book that moves you, in an afternoon without commitments, in a deep conversation with someone who truly understands you. You don't need 100 friends. You need 2 or 3 who see who you really are. And that's not a small number. Tatisse rar. But be warned, there's a huge difference between choosing peace and running away from life. If you isolate yourself because the world has hurt you, because you're afraid to connect, because anxiety paralyzes you, then it's not sensitivity. It's a wound. It's untreated trauma. It's depression disguised as introversion. So ask yourself now, honestly, does this silence fill you or suffocate you? Does this solitude strengthen you or imprison you? If the answer bothers you, perhaps it's time to seek help, because you deserve to live, not just survive. And there's something magical about small rituals that only you understand. The first sunlight streaming through the window, the smell of coffee brewing slowly, the weight of the blanket at night, the feeling of closing the door and leaving the world outside. These details aren't silly. They are anchors. They remind you that life doesn't need to be intense to be meaningful, that there is beauty in the ordinary, that there is strength in simplicity. So let me tell you something. You're not broken. You don't need to force yourself to be like everyone else. You just prefer depth over noise, quality over quantity, presence over performance. And that doesn't make you less. It makes you different. And different, often, is exactly what the world needs. Now answer me this. If you could only choose one person to spend the rest of your life with, who would it be? Because the next video, that S appearing on the screen, now will affect you even more than this one. And if you identified with everything that was said here, subscribe to the channel. Leave a like too, because that helps other sensitive people like you find this content. And go watch the other video. You won't regret it.